Joining us on the phone is 1984 Olympic gold medalist, former two-time WBA welterweight champion, and currently Deontay Wilder's trainer, the one and only Mark Breland. Mark, how are you?
I'm good, and yourself?
Doing very good.
What's up, Mark? How are you?
I'm all right, and yourself?
I'm good, man. I've been missing you in Dominique's corner, man.
I know, I got it. Well, the next, I think you're fighting again.
Yeah, on the
Um,
seventh, on the seventh.
so, yeah, I'll be there.
So, Mark, talking about Saturday night, the big knockout with Deontay. What was the game plan going into the fight?
The thing was, keep him off beat with the jab, use your jab. But then he didn't do it. What he did, he was waiting for him. Because what happened, Ortiz started stepping in, and I kept telling him to this jab, because he was looking for Deontay to throw wide punches. And so what happened, the punches, I told him to punch straight because there's one coming right in.
You know, it's funny because in the round he knocked him out in, I started seeing Deontay do something you were actually doing with Dominique with one time when he started throwing his jab, throwing that little hook to set up for the right hand. And
Right.
so I was like, once I saw that round, I was like, I already know what Mark is asking for. He set him up for that right hand, and bump, there he went.
So let me ask you, Mark.
But they're gonna yeah.
Let me ask you. So was it pretty much the game plan? Because we're all used to seeing Wilder throw wild punches, and in this fight, he kept so composed. It was nearly surprising for a lot of people. Was it the game plan for him to remain patient until he found that opening, or was it that it was like a time, just in a moment that he saw that opening and just let it go, or was the game plan just be patient, wait for the opportunity?
No, the game plan was to be patient, but he gets a little hot-headed at times. But he was patient. He was patient. He was very patient. I was surprised myself, but he went in, but he took his time. And like he said, he was telling me, I think in the third round, so I could see what you're talking about.
And now,
Then I'm like, okay.
now after the fight, they revealed us the scorecards, and apparently he was down on the scorecards. What are your thoughts of him saying that he doesn't necessarily care about winning rounds? It's just finding that opening for that knockout to win the fight. Or do you agree with that that way of thinking, or what are your thoughts on that?
Oh no, my thoughts on that is kind of crazy. But my thing, I'm like, an ugly win is better than a pretty loss.
Right.
You don't have to knock. You're not. Don't get me wrong. You're not gonna knock everybody out. Somebody's gonna slip through.
I mean, Wilder's been doing it so far.
Right. I think somebody has slipped through there somewhere along the line. But
no.
But like you said, he's doing it.
No.
But my thing is not to go out there and knock somebody out. I go out to win, but if I knock you out, I knock you out.
Now moving forward, he knocked out Ortiz for the second time. Now they're looking forward to the rematch with Tyson Fury. Now, how do you see that second fight playing out? Do you think Deontay takes him out this time, or do you expect another long fight against Tyson Fury?
No, I think he'll catch him this time a little earlier. I mean, Tyson Fury, he's a little crafty, and plus right now he's got that cut over his eye.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gonna heal, but that's kind of fast.
So you think basically after their first fight, you don't think Tyson? Basically, I don't think Tyson Fury is the same Tyson Fury Deontay fought first.
No. I mean, because I think he's gonna come out more cautious than the first fight. Well, then the first fight, I mean, he boxed more in the first fight.
Right.
Fury, he did a lot of boxing. He used his jab real well and moved around, and made himself look good.
Now let me ask you. You mentioned the cut. So what would you rate Tyson Fury's last performance against the Swede Otto Wallin? Did you tune into that? Did you tune into that fight?
Well, no, I didn't. I seen some of it, but he didn't look good at all. He didn't look good at all. I mean, the guy, started hitting him, was catching him clean.
Do you think when Deontay caught him with that right hand, he took some of his soul with him, basically?
I think so. I think he did.
And
I think he did.
do you think the rematch has been taking so long because Fury is like he doesn't think he's ready for Wilder just yet, and that's partly why he's been going into wrestling and stalling the rematch. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, no doubt. He doesn't really. He doesn't really want to fight Deontay right this moment, but it's just a thing of where this is their second opportunity. Let me get it now, so I got this bad cut. Make this money like that.
Now let me ask you. People compare Wilder's power to Mike Tyson's power. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, it's different. Mike's power, is in both hands. Mike Power is, he got shorter arms, shorter reach. But he throws more combinations. He'll hit you with a combination of punches. Deontay's gonna hit you in one shot.
I remember you telling me when you guys are out in camp, he basically you told me that when he hits you doing pads, like he messes up your shoulders.
He's not much. He does hit like that.
Wow.
I mean, he pulled my shoulder right out at one time, and so I just hold the pad a certain way.
Now Wilder brags that he has 3 Mitmen. How is that? How do you guys rotate?
I mean, we rotate, but it's like the first 2 guys basically, they have no show. They do their own thing. What I'm doing basically is, I'm doing, coming up stuff for the fight. They don't know how to plan stuff.
Now let me ask you about one of your other prospects that we mentioned earlier, Dominique Crowder. For the people that don't know of him, what can you tell us about him?
Very good boxer. Trying to get him to become a puncher just in a little bit. I want to try to get him to be a puncher, but he's coming along good, and I think he's gonna be good. I think he's gonna make a little noise in there.
That's great. Well, Mark, thank you so much for joining us today. It was a pleasure, more like an honor, to have you here on the radio show with us, and we hope you can bless us again with your presence on the show.
No problem. Thank you again.
All right, it was Mark Breland. Thank you very